Hello everyone, it's Pavel here and today I'm cooking one of my favorite meals, and it's Spaghetti Bolognese. I like this meal because it's quite easy to make, full of protein, and you can batch cook it so then you can reuse it again or make other meals as well, so it's quite versatile as well. So we're starting with some meat, so I'm using 5% beef and 5% fat pork, so 50-50 split. Sometimes I just prefer beef only, so usually I'm using about 2 kilos of meat. That way I can prepare and make a big batch and then portion it up later. So we have 2 kilos of meat, 4 or 5 sticks of celery, 4 carrots, a couple of onions. Today I'm using basil and thyme. Also I have about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. I don't have fresh garlic today, but I'm using chopped garlic which I have in the fridge. For tomatoes you can use chopped one, but generally I prefer to use whole because we'll cook for a long time, so the tomatoes will break down anyway. Also we need a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and that's pretty much it. I will add full calorie breakdown at the end of the video so you can check how much protein, fat and carbs per portion as well. So we're going to start with cooking the meat first. Add some olive oil. So olive oil in the pan. We're going to add the meat and start browning. Break it down the meat. And as the meat starts cooking, we can get on with the veg. Next we're going to chop some veg. We have some celery, carrots and onions. I have one of those slices. If you don't have the slices, you can just use the knife instead for the food processor. Chop some onions. All goes in the pot. Okay, so we have our chopped veg over here, so it's celery, carrots and onions. I will add a bit of garlic. So all that will go in the pan. Okay, so meat been cooking for about good 10 minutes. I broke it down so it's nice and brown. So next we're gonna add our puree. Just a bit of basil, thyme, and our veg goes in. Give it all good mix. Okay, so it's been cooking for about 5-10 minutes, so we're just going to put our tomatoes in. Then 4 tins of cold water. It does look quite watery right now, but once we get it to the boil, and we're going to leave it to simmer for a couple of hours, so the water will evaporate and we'll get nice and rich sauce. Just keep it on low heat for 2 hours and we'll come back to it later. Bolognese sauce is ready. It's been cooking for a couple of hours now. The liquid evaporated and sauce thickened up. In this pot, around 3,100 calories. Out of this, 440 grams of protein and just over 100 grams of carbs and fat. So if you want, you can break down into portions. Let's say for 10 portions, then you know that each portion have 44 grams of protein, 10 grams of carbs and 10 grams of fat. And usually I like to portion it, put it in the plastic bags and keep it in the freezer. So then whenever I need a quick meal, I can grab one of the bags. I know how many calories roughly in each bag and just use that. I use the same sauce for Spaghetti Bolognese. Sometimes if I'm bored of that, I can use that for chili con carne, so I just add some beans and spices and goes really well with the rice. Also you can use it for lasagna as well. Okay, I'm going to cook some spaghetti, so it will be spaghetti bolognese today. Okay, now just cooking the pasta according to the pack. So I'm using 130 grams of dry pasta, so that's according my FitnessPal is 463 calories. Out of this, 94 grams of carbs, a couple of grams of fat and 16 grams of protein. Okay, that's it. Here's one of my favorite meals, plenty of protein, and hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Right. Bye for now.